Oh, you are indeed fighting a. Oops, you are indeed fighting a spider. All right. So trying
There
to.
was one point of order, Malcolm, before we jump in. When we leveled up, I leveled up to cleric, and I took order cleric as my subclass.
Oh.
I don't know if because I was going to go congregation, the cleric from the book.
Yep.
But it only congregation clerics feature, first level feature, which is I think all I'm going to take is one level in cleric. Only really helps if there's other spellcasters in the party. Like it won't be used at all. Whereas order cleric for a party of marshals is going to be amazing. So unless you have a dislike of that,
Well, let me put it this way. As I said before, everything up to level 5 is kind of fairly low stake stuff. There's just like some adventures to get you familiar with it, and that takes you all the way up to level 5. So if you want to make adjustments to your character any way, shape or form, all the way up to level 5, then that's fine. But once we hit beyond level 5, then it's kind of locked in. So feel free to tinker and adjust your characters as appropriate.
yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no problem.
Well, you say it's all fun and games for level 5, but we almost had a TPK in our first group encounter, so
The Alley of Menace, I think. Well, yes. Well, I think TPKs are more likely to happen at very low levels, so yes. All right.
Yeah.
We've still got a Sting Fang to deal with, and creature is all the way up in the webbings, good 10 feet up in there, kind of amongst its webbings. Bowsin is chopping through. Manticore and Byra are constricted, and we're going to start with Hector. What would Hector like to do?
I'm going to throw some acid at it.
All right, let's see if the first roll for the evening.
It's a saving throw.
Oh, it's a saving throw. What type of saving throw?
Dexterity.
Dex save.
Dex save. It was a 21. I suspect that's going to make it.
Let me just check, just in case. Yeah, that
Um,
does appear to beat my 12.
Well, second level. Whoops. So the acid splash burns a bit of the webbing, but that's about it. And are you staying where you are?
I'll move over to talk.
Okay, swinging around the side there. Awesome. Now you see Stinkfang is obviously distracted by this assault on its home. And you notice both Byra and their Manticore struggling to free themselves from their bonds. They're taking this opportunity to do it. First up, Byra, who I guess this confirms she's alive, struggles in the webbing, but she's just plain old not strong enough. But you see she's trying to break through. Pastor Timothy, off on the side, what would you like to do?
Ooh. Off on the side. What's my move speed? Move speed's 30. I'm going to I'm going to head up to my mates. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm going to cast Thaumaturgy to make the ground shake harmlessly around this tree that we're standing next to, which I hope will make the web kind of shake. And what I'm hoping to do is distract Stingfang from whatever movement Byra is exerting on the web.
I tell you what, roll a d20 now your spellcasting modifier, which I suspect is Dex. No, Wisdom? Probably Wisdom.
Well, wisdom for that, which will be a +1, 7.
7. All right, well, let's see what happens. Well, it knows the exact location of any other creature in contact with the same web. So you're not fooling anybody. But you see Stingfang kind of turn around and... Remember last time it was doing hit and run tactics? Well, now it sees a group of 3 of you and is thinking better of it. And scuttles over its web over to Balesun. Oh, in fact, a little bit north to avoid the flames that are there. And...
No, those aren't flames. That's just me. That's where I've cleared up space.
True, but regardless, there's no place for it to go there. So we'll go up to the north anyway. So it comes at you with its thickly fangs, tries to chomp you, and rolls a 21. That's a good start.
Well, that'll hit.
So take 9 piercing and 4 poison, and make me a Constitution saving throw.
Con save. Ooh.
You feel the venom inject into you, and you are poisoned.
Okay.
And it slashes at you with its claws. Rolling an 8. You narrowly dodge it despite your poison condition. That's gonna... is it going to... no, Stingfang sees the poison coursing in Balsun's form and is going to choose to stay there and not do a sit and run tactic. Figure he can finish off next bite he gets. See the manticore struggling in the webs. Let's see if it can get free. Strength. Yep. It breaks free. But that's all it can do with its actions. It kind of beats its wings and just frees itself from the web. But that's its turn. Baleson.
I am going to go into a rage.
Yes.
To even out my attacks, and I'm just going to try and smash it with my short sword.
Attacking recklessly, in other words.
Do I need to? It's because it's going to use strength for a short sword.
If you do, you get advantage, and then sneak attack triggers.
I know, but I've got disadvantage because I'm poisoned, right? And so it doesn't matter how many advantages I stack on it. And
But
right. Okay, I didn't know about the point.
Yeah, I know. So I don't think can I reckless attack at this low. I'm only first level. Don't think I can reckless yet.
I think rage comes on at second level, doesn't it?
I know rage comes on first. I know that for sure because that was part of my thing. But I think that reckless attacks aren't until the next level. Yeah, barbarian features, rage, unarmored defense. That's it.
Okay, so no. So in other words, you're attacking at disadvantage.
Yep, I know.
Yep. Okay, cool. I thought you were trying to go reckless to cancel it out.
No, that's what I was thought I was doing, but it's been a while since I've had a barber. All right, here we go. Let's give the spider.
Does this gamble pay off?
Through? No, I have to roll 2. Add 5 to these. I'll take the lower one. A 20 and a 2.
Well, 2 is not going to get you there. So
I
Sting
know,
Fang,
and
a 20
Yep.
and a 2. That is rough.
yeah, I think that I don't know what I'm going to do. I may as well just try and run away. Give him an attack of opportunity.
All right.
I think I'm going to walk away from the web.
You can bonus action disengage. Oh no, that's later as well,
no.
right?
I've raged.
Attacked.
I can't bonus action.
Oh, right, yeah.
I've raged and attacked, and I can't bonus action yet either with the rogue until a wee way away. That's okay. I may as well try and move away. So I'm going to back off. One. Take your attack if you wish.
I do wish. Does a 17 hit?
I have got an AC of 15.
So take, let's see. So the poison isn't halved, so that will be 3 plus 4, 7 points of damage. I think it's
Okay,
a bite.
7 points of damage.
Yeah, your rage.
I'm still
your
up.
Rage saved you, yes. And at the end of your turn, you can make another Constitution saving throw.
I'm going to go out to about there. Con save. Cool. Here we go. 20!
Shake off the poison, but the Sting Fane's tactics proves to be quite successful. Okay, nice. Torque.
So we really were hoping to get that manticore, weren't we?
Mm-hmm.
A bit far away from there. I will move around. I will end up in the web, though. I'm deliberately going to go into the web. 3, 4, 5, 6. So I've gone into the web there. Does that entangle me in some way?
When you move out of the web, it matters. So you get the web, and when you leave the web, that's when we'll roll.
Right, in which case I shall take my second javelin and loft it at this foul beast.
You got to narrow it down, buddy. Which foul beast?
Well, it won't matter either, because I don't think a 10 will hit anyone.
Sting Fang, the Manticore, or Hector, which foul beast?
Sting Fang.
Sting Fang. Okay, now just point out, if you have to retreat and you do not defeat these creatures, you will lose your javelin because it's caught up in the webbing at the moment.
Yep.
So just something to keep in mind. Okay, Torque, so you're in the webbing. You don't know if you can get out yet, but we'll see. Hector, everything seems to be happening on the other side of the map. What do you do?
We haven't done a runner. Get over here. I think I can go on. Yeah. How high is he? Sting Fang?
Actually, he's right on the ground now because he attacked Balson. So he's right at ground level.
I will try another acid splash.
Okay, and that's a dexterity saving throw. He rolls a 13. Does a 13 work?
Nope.
Okay, so how much acid damage does he take?
He doesn't. He it's 12, so...
Oh, it's 12! Oh, wow, that's unfortunate. So more of the webbing dissolves, but that's about it. At least you're taking shots, Hector. Is that your turn?
Yep.
Once again, Byra struggles against the webbing. And she rolls a 13, which is enough for her to break free despite her diminutive form. And she looks around, not quite knowing what to do. Pastor Timothy, though. Pastor Timothy has a plan. What does Pastor Timothy do?
I'm just counting squares. Where's the ruler? Ruler. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. It's not bad. That's not bad. Pastor Timothy is going to. Pastor Timothy is going to move closer in this way behind Torque. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that puts me well within that. Actually, let's not be in the web because I'm still in range. I'm going to hold my... Can you hold a bonus action?
Oh.
No.
Nope. Just an action.
That sucks. I'm going to hold my action to... What's the range on that? Yep, range on that's still the same. I'm going to hold my action to cast command on Balson whenever he moves within striking distance of Stingfang. So when he moves within melee range of Stingfang, or Stingfang, when the triggering thing for casting the spell will be whenever Stingfang or him are next to each other.
Oh, I see. You're trying to jiggery poke the initiative order. No.
In a weird way, not in a. Yeah, I'm just trying to use the thing that the dude's got.
Command.
So, Order of Authority will give him a reaction attack once he's targeted by a spell from me, and the command spell will be. I mean, the command will be attack. Well, get him!
Hey,
Jeez!
So you speak a one-word command to a creature you can see within range. What's your one-word command?
Attack!
Yeah.
Is the cat broken?
Link's gonna be trapped somewhere.
The target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or follow the command on its next turn.
Right, but when the voice of authority states that, so the spell doesn't take into effect until his next turn.
So you're telling him to attack on his next turn, which isn't conducive to much.
Yeah.
No.
Good
Okay.
idea,
Well, instead of all that nonsense, I'm just going to go there and go to talk. My friend, if things are tough for you, have a bit of help, and I'm cast resistance on him so that before the end of my next turn, if he has to make a saving throw, he has a +4, I think. Like it's guidance for a D4.
Okay, cool.
It's guidance for saving throws.
Nice. Stingfang scuttles out of the web. Banking on the fact that he wants to take Balson out, he's going to start with his bite. Misses with his bite, which was his good attack. Also has a claw attack, though. Oh my goodness. I rolled a 7 and an 8 on my attack.
Awesome.
Guttles back. Balson, you can have an attack of opportunity.
I sure would love to do that. +5 to this one, please.
Disadvantage.
15!
50.
No disadvantage. I'm not poisoned.
Yep.
I'm not
15
poisoned anymore.
is exactly what you needed. That's its armor class.
Ah, cool. And so, sorry, I'm having to do this lo-fi. 1d6 plus 3 plus 2, so 1d6 plus 5. Oh, 11!
Oh, a massive cut across the flank of Stingfang. But then Stingfang scuttles back and climbs up.
Okay. Yep, no, cool, awesome. No, sorry, the pizza for the boys arrived. Hold on, I'm just muting myself.
Sure. So he scuttles back and climbs 10 feet into its web. Then the Manticore. Manticore is right in the middle of the webbing. It is going to try to... It's going to be difficult terrain. It's going to get 45 feet up. He's just bashing through the webbing. Needs to make another saving throw to avoid being restrained. And he doesn't. He gets caught up in the webbing again. Right. But he's making progress out. Remember I told you it was 60 feet, so maybe he's going to take at least 2 rounds to get out now. And Baleson is getting pizza, I believe.
Yes, I'm here.
All right,
Oh.
your turn. The Manticore tried to fly out. It got a little bit out, then got webbed again.
Bang for me. 30 feet. Oh, nice. Left. I'm going to take a wee shot at it with my short bow, if I may.
You can certainly try.
That is 17.
That is a miss. Arrow just gets caught up. No, it doesn't. Oh, sorry, that's 13 plus stuff.
Hello?
Your 13 plus stuff hits.
Oh, hello.
I missed you there. What did you say?
You rolled a 13, right?
Yeah, and that's 17. So 17 in total. 13 plus 4.
Yeah, 17
So
hits. 17 hits.
That's plus 2. 7!
Oh, Stingfang's taking a beating. He was counting on being able to take Balson out next time. Oops. Okay, but a great hit with a short bow.
And he might just... Yeah, and I might just move... No, I'm going to stay there. And sorry, is the Manticore back in the web, is it?
Yep, it moved, tried to fly upwards, got a little bit, but then got stuck in the web again.
Yep. All right, cool. Thank you. Hate it when that happens.
Torque.
So I like the idea of the thaumaturgy. Now, obviously, I'm in the web, so my vibrations, I'm in contact with it. So I will attempt to shake this around as if I'm a trapped animal to attract the attention of the spider. I'm not sure how intelligent it is. So that's the action I will take, and I'm not moving further on from there.
Okay.
Do you want a straight roll for that?
Your D20 plus your spell casting ability. I'm not sure what Torques is.
Have to flick screens to check. My modifier is plus 3. Or spell attacks plus 5, but spell. Yeah. Where'd I go? Did that the wrong way round. Okay, why didn't that roll? Right, what made a skin a cat? 13. All up, I believe.
Yes. Yep. 13. Oh, we'll see how Stingfang reacts to that. Do you stay where you are, Torque?
Yes, since I'm vibrating the web.
And Hector?
You're probably still muted, Riley.
Riley's not muted.
I'm going to move around the web.
Sure.
And then take another pot shot at it with some acid.
Okay. It's another dexterity saving throw. It rolls a 9. So that would be a failure. So your acid splash will finally hit. 2 points of damage. We're slowly whittling down Stingfang. Okay, cool. And Byra's seeing what's happening. She's just gonna scurry away. 1, 2, 3. She's going to make another strength saving throw. And she's panicking, trying to scramble out. And she doesn't, so she gets caught up in the web again. Pastor Timothy.
Range and area. Seeing Byra, seeing Byra scuttling that way and the Manticore all bougied up, I'm going to attempt to leave the web first. So that'll be a what saving throw?
I think it's strength saving throw.
Yeah, this is going to be awesome. Yeah, no, I'm stuck.
Go back there, buddy. You're stuck in the web.
Yeah, I'm stuck. I'm going to see Byra go that way. I'm going to cast a minor illusion of Byra over. Here's the draw tool. Around there. To distract Stingfang.
Obviously that blue one.
And I'm going to offer. Yeah. And I'm going to. Yeah, no, that's good. That's all I'm doing.
All right.
And I'm going to yell, "We got him, boys! I feel you got him, boys! Don't lose heart now!"
I'm going to say, Stingfang sees through your illusion because it carries no weight. It is insubstantial. It is not causing vibrations in its web. So it's going to scuttle through. Try and stick its fangs into Byra. Byra immediately goes unconscious as its fangs stick into her. And then scuttles to the far side of the web with Byra encased in webs going the other way. But you saw the fangs of Stingfang seek into Byra and she's weak. She couldn't handle it. The Manticore tries to break free. Should be his turn if he does it. Yes, he breaks free of the web, but that's his turn. That's all he can do. Baleson. Alson, you're muted if you're giving us an interesting monologue.
Oh my gosh, that was like the monkey writing Hamlet accidentally. It was so beautiful. I can't repeat it. I said fools rush in, so I've run into there. Going to take a shot with my bow and arrow at the Stingfang. My short bow.
Since you're running
Here we
through
go.
it, I'm going to need you to... Well, it's probably going to miss anyway, but I need you to
No,
make me
that's-
strength
that's the-
saving throw. Strength saving
That's my tunnel that I made. That's the tunnel
Oh,
I've
the
cut
tunnel!
through.
Oh,
Those
okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, 8
And,
plus...
I'm 12. 8 plus 4 is 12.
No, that's a miss.
Okay.
Good idea
But
with the
that
tunnel.
still keeps my... Yep. And that's the end of my turn.
Torque. Muted Riley.
Oh, it was Pat, but anyway.
Oh, sorry.
So the vibrations, despite the fact that we're in the web, did not attract the spider beast. So I'm going to attempt to run through to damage the next 3 to 4 sections in front of me, if that's possible. So I'm going to head south. So I assume that you said strength saving throw?
Yes, strength
So
saving throw. Yep. We'll start there.
Well, that was not great. But I get a D4 on top of that, don't I?
Because...
No, that's over.
Oh, is it? Oh, well, okay.
Yeah.
Have you got guidance?
There was the cantrip that Pastor Timothy uses.
Mhm.
All right, so I take it that I...
Torque, so attacks disadvantage. Probably not getting attacked at the moment, but there you go.
Right, well, anyway, I was moving south, so I assume I get 1 before I'm struck, and hopefully flailing around in a very prey-like manner.
Oh, I see. You're the literal bait. Nice. All right. Hector, the spider seems to like being where you're not. What would you like to do?
I'm going to move forward and head into the tunnel that Baleson has also kindly cut through.
Sure.
Now I'm just in range for another acid splash.
Another dexterity saving throw for the beast. That was a natural 20.
Natural 20!
Unfortunately, the acid splash does not connect.
I can't do anything else.
Ira is not going to move because she's unconscious, maybe dying. Pastor Timothy.
Pastor Timothy. I'm in the webs, boys. Fucking, why did I get in the webs? Gonna try to run out of the webs. Make a terrible saving throw. Not get out of the webs.
That's your action to try and escape the web, so that's your action to try and escape.
Okay. My action. Okay, so I will. Bonus action healing word, Belson.
Nice.
Oh.
Healing word. Cast on VPT. I have a couple of hit points on me, son. And because that is a spell targeted to an ally, you may, now if you wish, take your reaction to make a weapon attack.
Oh. Okay. That's cool. So I can take another shot with my bow and arrow.
Fuck yeah, you can.
Let's go.
Interesting.
Add 4 to this. Here we go, 21.
Does that require a reaction from Balson? Does it cost him his reaction?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Yep,
Has
but I
already
haven't
used
used
his
my
reaction?
I haven't used my reaction yet. Yeah.
cool. I'm just clarifying because that's a cool little ability. Okay, Balson, that hits.
Oh, it's So, yeah, it's so good. You're going to hate it by the end of the camp.
That is 4.
I had such great plans.
How do you want to do this?
I guess I'm just going to... It stabs between the bit that connects the small bit with the big bit.
Mm-hmm.
And then it just sort of hangs limply. It separates, but it hangs limply in the webbing.
Caught by its own web. Okay, nice little bit of teamwork there. I like it. Stinkfang was planning to run away with Byra. That was what he was going to do next turn. Because Byra's a meal. And this was getting too complicated for it. But Hector, Baleson in a combination with Pastor Timothy put pay to his action. So that's your turn, Pastor Timothy. Stinkfang won't get a turn. Oops. But Manticore will. He's going to
Not
push
the
through.
prize.
Still on the web though, eh?
Yep. Let's see if we can get through it. Oh no, he gets right to the top of the web, almost ready to fly away, but the web gets him once more.
Wasn't he already in the web?
Yeah, he broke
Wouldn't
free
he have
last
needed
turn.
to make? Oh no, did he break free last turn? Sorry, I didn't realise that.
Yep.
No, all good.
Now he's right at the top of the web, looking ready to fly away, but just at the last moment, it kind of his wings get caught up, so he's restrained once more. Baleson, the Manticore's your gold pieces is about to flee. What do you do?
I quickly say to Hector, do you have the dart gun? Do you have the blow dart? I'm no good with them. I'm not proficient. Because he gave us the blow dart, but I don't think I can shoot it with my proficiency.
It's a simple weapon, isn't it?
Is it a simple weapon?
I believe it is.
If it is, then I can.
It's hard to look things up now in the old rules with these new rules. Sources, Player's Handbook 2024.
It says it's a martial weapon and a blow gun. Yeah.
Yes, it's not a simple weapon then.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Let's have a look here. Weapons, martial weapons as a barbarian though. Oh yes, I'm a barbarian.
Yeah,
So
bro.
I do get martial weapons. Alright, well in which case, do I just use the same stats as the short bow?
Yeah,
Would
that
it
makes
be?
sense.
Okay, well what I'm going to do sorry, I'm just looking this up. The range is... How high up is it?
It's 10 feet in the air. 10 feet. Oh, sorry, no,
The Manticore is
50 feet.
50 feet in the air. Okay. I know, yeah. No, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to charge up into the... I'm going to try and climb. How far can I climb if it's difficult terrain?
Half your movement speed.
Half my movement speed, but I can go... So that means I can go 15 feet up?
I will point
That'd be
out
right.
when you move. Yes, I will point out though if you move you might get restrained and then you'll be at disadvantage with the blow dart.
I understand that, but I'm already at disadvantage because it has a range of 25 feet and 100.
Oh, I see.
So,
all right,
yeah,
well, let's
so
see
I'm
this
already
saving throw then.
yeah. But I've got my rage, so I get +2 to this, don't I?
I think
Yeah, bro.
rage might only affect damage in melee weapons though.
No, it's all strength. All strength. Where is it? Rage. all strength checks and saving throws, but not attacks. This is a strength saving throw, right?
Oh, yes, sorry. I'm with you now. Yes, to escape from the thing. Yes, no problem for you.
Yep.
So you climb up in the web.
Exactly.
I understand now. I thought you were saying for
Yep.
your
And
attacks.
because I need to keep on attacking it, I'll just take a shot at it with my short bow.
Sure.
This is how you hunt an animal, right? Pepper it with shots first.
Weaken the beast.
Oh. That's a
16.
20.
20 will hit.
And then, yeah, that's 5 points of damage.
Whoops. Completely stuffed up its hit points. There we go. We should hopefully see the hit point bar. Oh, you don't see the hit point bar, but there you go. That's how much damage you did to it.
Cool.
Alright, so climbing up through the webbing, just brushing them aside, left, right. Torque, you are restrained in webs.
Well, oop. Oh, what? Ha! I thought I was muted there, and I was not. So, I will take out, attempt to free my torch and light a torch to start burning at the web.
Sure, you can absolutely start burning the web, even being restrained.
I'm quite fire resistant. I'm not sure about everybody else, but anyway.
So we'll say you burn it where? To the south?
Heading towards the Byra. So southwest.
Okay, so that bit there is burnt away. Unfortunately, you can't light the whole web together at once. Doesn't catch fire, but you can burn a section of it, no problem.
And then do you want me to do a strength saving throw to try and get myself out of this? Or is that my action done?
That's your action to that's your action to burn it. You need an action to try and free yourself.
All right, so I'm going to yell to Pastor Timothy. Can you save Byra? Save
I
the
can
girl.
certainly try, but I don't have to get out of this web, and I'm not doing very well.
Right, well, that's a problem. This might be a failed mission. Can Hector do anything about it?
Better bloody get the manticore. I'm going to try and push Belson up higher.
I'll tell you what, first you have to get to Balson. So make a strength saving throw to climb up the web, then you can give Balson a boost from there. Let's make a strength saving throw.
Oh, hey, I've got strength on.
No problem. So you push up through the web, get 15 feet high, avoiding getting stuck, and you're going to give Balson a boost.
Boost is the nice version of it. More of a shove in the right direction.
And that pushes Balson up. Tell what, make another strength, make an athletics check, Hector, and depending on how well you roll, it depends on how much you manage to boost Balson up.
Oh, not athletics.
You push him up another 5 feet.
So I'm at 20 foot. Okay, cool.
Yeah, 20 feet. A little boost though. Byra, does it move? Pastor Timothy?
Does Byra look like she was dying when she went? Did she go down, or?
Well, what you saw was Stingfang driving its fangs into her and she stopped moving. You can deduce from that what you like. If you want to use your action to roll a medicine check, it's going to be hard though to work out from there. She's all the way over there, but you can... what am I saying? Alea says this. You can certainly try.
You can.
Yeah, I'll use my action to do that.
Make a medicine check. No.
Terrible.
Don't know. She's in a bad state regardless.
I can't. So I'll use my bonus action to cast Healing Word on her, just in case, because there's no fucking way of telling.
That means she gets a reaction attack.
Okay, let's see that healing word.
Yeah.
She does pop up with 2 hit points, and she looks around, still restrained by the web. It appears she's alive.
Yeah.
And
yeah, because her health bar was full.
Yeah. Well,
The thing, so it was tied up.
Yeah, the attack was so overwhelming that I didn't bother adjust her hit points. But she was on 0 hit points, but she wasn't dying because this spider likes to keep their prey alive. And it reduces them to 0.
Yeah.
They don't die. So he wanted to keep Byra as fresh meat, but his plans have failed thanks to that reaction attack. The Manticore, though!
Oh my god.
He is pissed. He's going to try and break free. He rolls a 19, so he breaks free of the web. But that's his action. He's all set to fly away. Can Belson do something about that?
I'm going to go up 15 feet. That will put me up into range. Hopefully I don't get snared by the web. So that means that I'm at 35 feet, so I'll be 15 feet away from him, so that's in range. Here's my strength saving throw. Add 2 to this, please.
No problem
17.
for Belson as you push through the web.
And now it's for my time for my blow dart attack. Hey guys, this is awesome. However, I'm really glad I offered to do this. Here we go. Add 4 to this, please. 11.
Yeah.
So with such a critical roll, I'm going to give you one of these.
That's a good sound, right?
So it flies up through the air, curves down, and comes down and lands straight on the Manticore's head. Since you're firing straight up.
Sorry, are you mispronouncing Hector?
I hit Sting Fang.
That's close, but not close enough. An 11 misses.
Is it lodged in the webbing somehow? Can I see
It's
it?
lodged in me.
One, two, three. Blow darts on the other side of him.
Okay, alright. Cool.
Okay. Alright, Balson. That's your movement, your attack. That will be that. Pork. Still trapped in webbing.
Oh, well. I'll turn to Pastor Timothy. And say, command the beast to attack. I think you can do that.
I normally I think I could, but I'm all out of stuff. Can't do it.
Oh dear. Oh no, I can command. But am I in range? Right. Well, then let's just. You said he's 60 feet up, though. 50 feet up. I mean, I'm no good at trigonometry. Well, I am good at trigonometry. My character's no good at trigonometry, but I wouldn't have thought that 35 feet there and then 50 feet up would equate to 60 feet. I know I have burnt that part there, so I'm going to attempt to struggle to break my... oh, no, because you said that's my action, isn't it? To break the thing out. So I am out of range to command the beast to attack.
You are 60-foot range, yes. Good idea, though.
Right, well, would have been a good idea. Can enrage it and some. Well, why not? Well, then we'll launch an attack to perhaps enrage it to attempt to return and attack us. So I will launch in 30 and 120. So it's at disadvantage.
Yep.
Disadvantage. launch.
Nothing else because
Yeah,
you're restrained.
Well,
Nope.
so there's another javelin swoosh, stuck somewhere in the webbing.
Unless you got a
Hope those
bonus
aren't
action
expensive.
torque, that would be your turn. You can't move from there.
Nope, that would be my turn.
Hector, this thing is about to take flight and leave the web to attack you, or just leave. You don't know. But what does Hector do?
How much higher is it than me?
Oh, let's see. You're
Aren't you like 15?
35.
Yeah, you're 35 feet. Yeah.
You see this thing on the creature that says 50. That's how high it is. And this thing on you that says 15. So, yeah, 35 feet away.
Yeah. I'll climb up more. I'll climb up the web.
By first making a strength saving throw.
Yep. Ah.
You get caught up in the web.
The money is getting away.
Does that happen at the beginning or the end of your movement, Malcolm?
When you move.
So at the moment that you move. Oh.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, technically,
cool.
you
That's
don't have your. Technically, you haven't had your action, Hector. You can make another strength saving throw to try and break free, but that will be your action.
Michael, please stop.
I'll give it another go.
Sure.
Ah.
You're well and truly stuck. I want to break free. Like, well, that's that's it. Unless you got a bonus action, Hector, you are well and truly stuck. Byra, however, she does not like webs. She's got a bit of an arachnophobia going on. She'll try and break free. And foul. She's just plain old too tired. She looks exhausted. Pastor Timothy.
Yes, sir. I've just been playing with the map, so I've got to zoom back in. Pastor Timothy. Pastor Timothy is going to try to get out of the web, because being in the web sucks.
So you guys are rolling particularly badly on your strength saves. I feel like cursed you there, Pastor Timothy, because that's a failure.
Yeah. And there is no such thing as a bonus action cantrip. No, because they did that on purpose. So I'm going to just couch. This is fucked, guys. Hey, we need to stop that thing. Byra, what are you doing?
Moves. Takes to its massive wings, 50 feet up in the air. And just because it's an arsehole, it's going to fire 3 tail spikes at Pastor Timothy. All at advantage. And it has a base range of 100 feet. So Pastor Timothy's AC is 12. You're going to have to get that fixed at some point. First one hits. Second one hits. Third one misses. So a total of 13 points of 13 points of damage to Pastor Timothy. Is it just you still up, Pastor Timothy?
Yeah, one hit point. One's
Beautiful.
as good as 100.
Bowson, you made your way to the creature. The creature is no longer there. Ailson, you are muted. You're monologuing.
I was describing it. Yep, cool. I wanted to try and claim the dart back if at all possible. How far away is the dart from me?
It was 50
It's that
feet
red
up,
mark.
So
and
it's
there were-
15 feet up and 15 across. So it's sort of two movements away.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I can't make it all the way back there, so I may as well try and do that. So I'm going to go 15 across.
Sure.
1, 2, 3 to there, if that's okay. And I'll roll a strength saving throw.
At advantage.
At advantage.
Because you did attack last round. Yep. So you're now 15 feet
yeah.
below.
And I'm going to take a shot. I'm going to take a shot at the old dude, just in case. This one will hit. This will be a natural 20. 18 plus 4 is 22. Really wish I did that. Oh wait, how far away is he from me? What's the range on his thing? Oh, 80 feet. Let's see if he's 80 feet away or whether I need to roll at disadvantage.
I think you're good.
Yeah, no, I'm all good.
Yeah.
All right, sweet. So here we go. Add 2 to this, please.
Even accounting for the height difference, you're within 80.
Yeah, exactly. Heaps close. So that's 3 damage that he's had.
All right. Slowly whittling him down. Torque, you and Pastor Timothy still restrained by the web. What do you do?
Well, this time, according to my trigonometry, even though he's 50 feet up, because he's only 15 feet across, if we imagine a sphere centered on me, that would place him just within the 60 feet.
Love it.
Command! So I shall attempt... Oh, that's unfortunate. I just shut down my character sheet. I'm going to cast Command. And I'm going to ask it, command it to attack. Wrong character.
Okay.
Well, otherwise I think it's going to flee, I have the feeling. And I don't think I can leave this creature to be roaming the lands in my moral centre.
You could just tell it to stop.
You could tell it to dive. You could tell it to return.
Rubble, flee,
It has
drop,
to be...
approach.
No, okay, all right. Well, we could... so I would know approach is a legitimate attempt at something there, is it? Well, anyway, okay. Let's cast that then. Come on.
And your approach?
Approach,
Okay.
yes. So that would mean it would have to fly through some webbing.
So, and it's a wisdom saving throw. It has a +1 to its wisdom. Let's do the box of doom. If you direct your attention to my camera, you should see a little dice tray.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to roll a d20, and it's a 13. It's got a +1, so it needs a 12 or more to succeed. So in other words, what you want is 1 to 11. And that is 15.
Oh.
Ah, well.
So it doesn't work, unfortunately.
Let's see how susceptible it is to reverse psychology then.
Okay, so that's your action. No movement, unless you got a bonus.
No, my movement would be jiggling around in the thing looking like helpless prey.
All right.
Do you want a deception check for that?
Sure.
Yeah, no, I don't do deception really, but where is it? Deception. All right, let's go for that. Nope. I don't look too helpless.
Anybody not in the web? Oh, Baleson. Everybody else is webified, including Hector. What do you do?
I'm gonna thrash about trying to break through.
Let's see that strength saving throw.
I'm slowly getting there.
Yeah, 11. Let me double check. 11's what you need. Which is sad because how badly you guys have been rolling, but you do shake free using your action, Hector.
Wow.
Do I get movement?
Yep.
No. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So and you're in the burnt out bit, so you could like get the fuck out completely.
Okay, I think I will leave the web.
I tell you what, it's difficult terrain, so you can get to the bottom of where you are. So you're on the ground level, and you can just run out this way on your next turn. No rolls required.
Okay.
There's your action and your movement. Byra is still struggling in the webbing. She's going to get out this time. Ah, it was a natural 19. Yes, she does. She gets out of the webbing and starts fleeing to the south. She has had enough of this adventuring life. Pastor Timothy.
I too must. Everyone else is getting out of the webbing. I'm like, fuck it, I'm doing the same.
Strength. Ah, there you go.
Natural 20.
Bust out, no problem.
Yeah. Bust out, no problem. And gonna run out. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Run out. 5, 6. And yep. And all of these things that have been happening to this Metacore that it shaken off the command spell, but I'm hoping it might be susceptible to a wee mind sliver.
Intelligence saving throw? Yes.
Yeah.
Rolls a 2. That's going to take 4 points of psychic damage. And what else does Mind Sliver
4
do?
points. What else does it do? It gives it. It subtract a d4 from the next saving throw it makes the next end of its next turn.
Okay, so slowly you're starting to whittle it down. The Manticore flies 100 feet to the west, ducks behind the trees, and gets out of sight. I think realistically, there's no way you can catch up with this creature. There's a flying speed of 50. It's going to get further and further and further away, walking through the trees. So, yeah, I think your paycheck left.
Yeah, we'd have to hunt it.
Yep.
And I believe we are due back in town. We said that we could travel this day and then travel back. But at least we have freed Byra. Can we call out to her? I suggested earlier in the piece there that we should call out, "We're here to rescue you."
Sure. Yes. Oh my goodness. So eventually Torque and everybody else trapped in the web can free themselves. Eventually you can get your blow dart back. Nothing that time won't fix, and maybe a few healthy sword strokes. So you'll free yourself from the web. Actually, it's just Torque now. But you're free. And Byra says, I don't know who you all are, and I don't know why you came and saved a foolish halfling. All you can have is my thanks.
Your father and mother, Tame and Gio, had sent us to check on your progress and to see that you were safe, for they care for you muchly. So we would hope to escort you back to their care, and perhaps you have learnt a valuable lesson about adventuring by yourself.
Well, I think I have learned a valuable lesson. Maybe I need to focus on pastries for the next wee while. But yeah, I'm going to have a healthy dose of "I told you so" when I got back, because all the dangers they feared and I rejected, that they were right and I was wrong. It's going to be some humble pie to eat, but I'm not surprised.
Mind you,
yeah.
I shouldn't feel so bad since you managed to corner the manticore into this web. If it hadn't have been for that mighty spider, I imagine that you would have had some chance to bring home your prize.
Well, it did flee from me. There were some hunters as well, and they had said I was foolish to follow it into the forests, some of the lumberjacks, but follow it I did. And it did get caught, and I thought I was so cool. But then the spider came along, and that could have been my story if it wasn't for you, kind folk.
Yeah, we thought we were pretty cool as well. Thought we were going to come in and take that manticore ourselves, but it's bloody fallen off.
It's difficult catching it.
How
no
did you
doubt.
track it, lad? How did you track it? Is
Dumb
there
luck.
a possibility?
Dumb luck.
Dumb luck.
It attacked a lumberjack. I happened to be in the lumberjack. As I said, the lumberjacks fired off a volley of arrows. I followed it. As it fled. Yeah, so dumb luck. It's a flying creature, so it's hard to track to start with.
No.
Are you a tiefling, mister?
That I am.
I've never met a real tiefling before.
Well, we're much as other races of this land. Perhaps you might be able to assist me as I recover my ammunition. So I'll at least try and see if I can recover my javelins.
Oh, sure, I can get that for you. And I can tell your eyes are quite goopy. Is that typical for tieflings?
Yeah, since I have discovered some bodies in the camp recently on our way to Willow Creek, my eyes have been somewhat blurry.
Yeah. Well, shouldn't you have been rolling at -1 this entire time? Says Malcolm, remembering about the -1.
Yeah, I would have, but I don't think it makes any difference to any of the miserable rolls that I made.
We're going to retcon. Stinkfang gets back up on full hit points. Let's go again. I'm kidding, of course.
I didn't hit him once.
Oh, didn't you? Oh, well, there we go. Didn't matter in the end. Byra does indeed climb up. She still has some youthful arrogance about her, and she collects the arrows and the javelins, even the tranquilizer dart.
Oh, I grabbed that before I came down. He's not letting that. No, he definitely doesn't grab that. He's not an idiot.
All right. So all ammunition, javelins recovered. And if you remember, you pressed on through the night to get here. So let's get you back to the main map. So it's quite late at night at the moment.
We'll say, fellas, should we make camp here and head back into town in the morning?
I think that is a splendid idea. At the very least, we've got those blow dart and we can get our deposit back.
So you swing back across the plains of Odin, well, actually through the forest, through King's Forest, and you make it back to Willow Creek. The town is still alive, even though it's like 2 o'clock in the morning, something like that. There's drinking is well advanced, but for the minor sum of 4 silver pieces, you can get food and lodging for the night. Actually, 5 silver pieces, including Byra.
I'll take care of that for us, boys.
Thank you very much.
All right, so kind of a good news, bad news situation. The good news is that you get a full long rest. So feel free to long rest up. And the bad news is Torque, your eyes are even worse. You're now -2 to hit anything. Any sight-related activities, -2.
All right, so since I didn't notice that in the evening, since I've woken up worse, I'm going to spend 5 of my lay on hands pool to remove the condition to attempt to heal myself. So 5 hit points can either cure a disease or neutralize a effect affecting the creature. I believe the laying on of hands. So I'm going to attempt to lay hands on myself. Basically rub my eyes real hard.
I see no reason why that wouldn't work. Let me just double check the condition that you're actually in.
Nurgle's rot.
No, that works. There's a whole other way you could do it. But
Yep.
much like Jesus did, you return sight to the blind. Okay, so good news situation.
You got some Georgie pie in your eye there, son.
I am not familiar with your rhyming cant.
Does Georgie Pie still exist in New Zealand, or has it gone
Don't
under?
be using that language with me.
No.
I like the good Georgie Pie.
Interestingly, I know the son or grandson of the founder of Georgie Pie also set up some of the first supermarkets in New Zealand.
Interesting.
Geez. You when you were out at Liston, Belson, did you get to work with Dan in the head
Dan.
of from Mags?
Oh yeah, yeah. Is he Georgia by royalty?
I think that's within his family somewhere. I'm under the
yeah, head of commerce.
More head of social studies, I think, but he was from a commerce background.
That's one.
So it's a small universe. And my sister managed Georgie Pie for a while in New Lynn.
Oh.
Maybe your bud has a secret stash of 1,000 Georgie Pies or something in his fridge, in his freezer.
Well, I tried to preserve one, and I bought a McDonald's cheeseburger at the same time. The McDonald's cheeseburger I still have, because and there's even a webcam you can go to about the last cheeseburger that was sold in Iceland in 1998. You can look that up on the web. You can see that real thing. And I have one that I quite often bring out to the students to show the total lack of nutritional value that not even slime, fungus, and mold can subsist on a McDonald's cheeseburger. It still smells faintly of cheeseburger. The only thing that looks a bit sad is the paper, which is deteriorating.
But it has more nutrients than the burger.
It does indeed.
Did you say you did the same with the Georgie Pie?
Yes, that had 3 inches of green fuzz on it after 2 days, so that got binned. Yeah, so there's science for you from the 90s.
Yay, science.
Well, okay. I have a fear we're overdue back in Edinburgh.
Yeah, it takes about a
any
day.
Other business. Sorry, was there any other business in Willow Creek that we had? No.
Nothing that comes to mind. Because we returned that stuff. Sweet. So all in all, that whole thing, we've made 4 gold pieces?
less 5 silver.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, well, we'll get there for you. We'll get there for you.
Well,
Bastard Dundee.
remember, we have made an ally at least of Byra's parents, and perhaps
100.
again we can appeal to the good nature of our Red Cloak to point out that we have identified and driven off a threat to Willow Creek, even if we had not in fact successfully managed to kill it, subdue it, and put it in public display.
I hate to disagree with you there, Torque, but I believe our Red Cloak fella has less of a good nature and more of a lawful nature, if you know what I'm saying.
Hmm.
Let's go back. If we are traveling, I'm going to be scanning the horizon just for another look at if there is the Manticore out there.
All right. To start going back along, eventually joining up with King's Road as you keep your eye out for a flying manticore, but it is either long gone or out of your sight, perhaps lost in the forest looking for easier prey. And you enjoyed the procession of carts back to Oathbreaker, passing numerous farmsteads as you watch grain, you watch livestock, you watch eggs, all sorts of things flowing from the bread basket of Eglair in the Oathbreaker plains. You also see things coming from as far away as Harveston, another source of food for the kingdom. But you do eventually make it back to Oathbreaker. It's very late at night by the time you get there. But you are in time for the Battle of the Chefs. Byra requests that you take her back to her family first. Or asks politely. Well, she actually goes there and expects you to follow. She's not waiting for anybody. But I need to say goodnight to some children. So let's pause for a few moments. And I'll be back in 5 minutes or so. Okay. See you guys in a
Very good.
He's here.
Yeah.
Okay, so Byra rushes back to the Halfling's Treasure Bakery, and without even saying a word, without any word of anger or frustration, her mother just embraces himself on the arm, and they both start, weeping quietly while the father is stoic by their sides. Lots of love is expressed, lots of relief. Oh, yeah, goodbye, it's good to have you home. But let's take this moment to celebrate the fact that you're safe, and then tomorrow we're going to talk about rule changes, young lady. She says, yes, Mum. And the father says, oh, I believe we have you folks to thank. We've gathered up some gold. It's not a lot, but it's all we have. And come and get a bag of candy for as long as you like. Free candy, much candy as you can eat. Or a bag of candy every day until either you die or the treasury closes. So candy for life.
We had a thought that we might be able to perhaps earn you some money. We have promised Ozar the Exquisite, the great chef of the Weary Ogre, that we would help him prepare his meals, and we were wondering if you might offer your services of providing sweet treats to accompany his meal.
Oh my goodness, I wouldn't have the nerve to do that. I mean, I had the chance of trying one of Chess Ozar's sweets, and I mean, needless to say, I'm a sweet expert, but this thing, my goodness, it was almost like a religious experience. He's that good.
Wouldn't want to learn from someone of such great skill. I mean, obviously, your sweet treats are unparalleled, but this might be an opportunity to get It might be an opportunity to learn something further.
Well, I tell you what. Put in a good word for me with Chef Ozar, and yeah, maybe I could visit him at his restaurant one day, the Weary Ogre. But I'm an excellent chef, but he is. Well, this is what the Battle of the Chefs is about. It's to determine who is in fact the best chef in all of the kingdom. My money's on Ozar, but we'll see how it works out.
If you do not mind, I'll carry what bounty we have, which currently the joint coffers is the princely sum of the 4 gold pieces we have.
And as he's looking in his purse, says, I've got 4 silvers and a few coppers here as well. But I'll hold on to them just for, in case money.
Well, I believe we have to make our way to the Riverside Promenade if we're to meet up with Ozar.
Just can I ask? I do have one of my traveling. The group I travel with, they're intent on helping out Ozar if we can be. Maybe I could. Can I just swing by and catch up with my compatriot if that doesn't bother you?
Right. Shall we say half an hour at the promenade?
Oh, okay. Oh, great. I'll go and collect my friend now.
You head off to the pre-arranged meeting with your... sorry, just a sec. with your vagabond friends.
Uh-huh.
And they're all there lounging around Terrace, Quinn, Whispering Winds, and Morrigan. And Terrace says, "How goes it, Mr. Baleson? Heard you were off doing heroic deeds. Profitable heroic deeds, I hope."
Oh, yeah, well, please don't talk to me about the percentages. Unfortunately, we were this close to sticking a manticore. But it flew off.
Yeah, manticores
Regrettably,
do
it
that.
was a bit of a bust. Yes,
Never mind.
I'm aware of that, but I thought I was mere feet away from sticking it. However, be it as it may, that's fine. Can I just ask, Whispering Wind, you were keen to come and help us with this chef's competition, that's right?
It's providing the ambience, as it were. I will keep the mood light. I will play on the theme of the chef, the dishes served. Spicy tunes for spicy tunes. Whimsical tunes for whimsical treats. The atmosphere shall be just perfect.
That sounds great to me. I was under the belief that you were going to be cooking, but no worries, that's fine. I'm sure he might appreciate the accompaniment too. I mean, we can only ask.
Of course, but I'm quite the whiz, as it were, with the loot.
Well, cool. Come along with me, and we'll join these other fellows I seem to have fallen in with.
So eventually, Hector, Baleson, Pastor Timothy, and Torque, you make your way over to it, to the place. And Ozar comes out and greets you. "It's all right. Thanks for turning up. I appreciate it. Punctuality is half of the challenge. All right, whose of you is as good with a knife?"
I've been known to be quite handy with the knife, slippery with a knife, shall we say?
All right, Mr. Bowson, you're my sous chef. He puts you in front of a whole pile of onions and requests you to start chopping. All right, what else? What are the rest of you good? I'm going to need a bouncer. Who's good at bouncing people?
Oh.
I think I could deal with that.
All right. You're on front door duty. This is Fang, and he introduces you to another bouncer who's going to be protecting the door. Now, what are you good at, good pastor? We don't need any blessings of the food or anything. What are you good at? We do need an MC for the night. Introduce the dishes.
I pride myself on my organisational duties, and a good kitchen is run like a good ship, tight and fast. So I would see myself, if you don't mind, in some sort of executive role. Just making sure everyone's doing what they should be doing.
Right, so you're good at shouting at people, in other words.
Oh, shouting if need be, but sometimes the soft word is even better. Just taking a good look at what's going on and making sure that it's right.
He stares blankly at you. I'm out kitchen, yelling at you a lot quicker, a lot faster. Anyway, get your butt in there. And you start organising as best you can without shouting. Which leaves you, Mr. Tiefling. What are you good at? Still need an MC.
I could ensure that your food was both clean and crisp. Food safety. I have a good nose for anything that might be the slightest bit off.
So you're going to be smelling food all night? Is that what I understand?
No, but I can help in the preparation to ensure that it is at its best.
Alright, sous chef it is. And it kicks you into his kitchen. Alright, and this is the scene before you. You see Ozar, who you've met before. This gentleman, Ozar the Exquisite. And he's up against this gentleman here, Bandaro, who runs is the best chef in Odenbeer. But that's not good enough for him. He wants to be the best chef in all of Eglarion. Ozar starts preparing his meat. Preparing this food. That sounded slightly odd. And Whispering Winds starts starts playing the fiddle, and she's going to take on the role of MC. She exchanges a few words with Bandaro and Ozar, and at this point, some nobles start coming in and taking their seat at the tables. And she says, "All right, welcome to the Battle of the Chefs. We'll do 3 courses. The best overall dishes across all 3 courses will be declared the winner and have the honor of cooking for the royal family. Our personal will be Princess Athena's personal chef. I'm afraid we must delay just a little bit. Our chief judge has not yet arrived. So please enjoy drinks, wines, whatever you like. Oh, here she is now. Our chief judge, get the fuck out my way. This is my seat. Get off. All right. And she comes with a bunch of guards. And she, Princess Athena, she's royalty. She's surrounded by guards. All right, I'm hungry. Start cooking. And Whispering Winds. All right, we should begin the competition. Let's get cooking. Princess Athena continues to hurl insults, wanting to be fed right now. And Torque and Baleson and Pastor Timothy, make a persuasion check to see how well you can get this kitchen running.
Okay.
Pretty good. So tell what, Torque and Baleson, under the organizational of Pastor Timothy, both of you make performance checks at advantage. Taking performance to mean culinary skills.
Okay.
Baleson. Oh, well, not bad. Torque. Oh, look at that. You do an excellent job. Maybe if this adventuring life doesn't work out, then maybe this will. Hector, as you're waiting at the front door, just doing security, make sure people who shouldn't be here aren't in here. One of Bandaro's sous chefs come up to you and says, there's a bit of a problem in the other kitchen. Can you come assist us, please?
Kind of problem's that?
Please follow me. And he walks through into the next kitchen. Do you follow along, Hector?
Bang, I'll be back in a second.
All right. Alright, I'll keep an eye on things while you're gone. So you wander over here, Hector, just right there. And he says, look, this is just between me or you, right? There's not really a security situation happening. But Bandaro thinks Ozar's meal needs a little bit of spice. And we're prepared to pay you 200 gold pieces if you slip this spice into Ozar the Exquisite's first dish. No one will get hurt. It's just a little bit of extra spice. What do you say, Hector? That's an easy 200 gold pieces.
Alright. But first you eat the spice right here, right now.
You see, it's not good for the palate. It's not dangerous.
It's not dangerous, then you wouldn't mind taking a little taste test for us then.
Intimidation.
Sure, that's a good idea. Intimidation.
Eat it, or else I'll shove it down your throat.
Let's see that intimidation roll. It says, look, this is very important for Bandaro. We feel Ozar's food just lacks a certain spice. So you won't shove it down my throat, as you put it so eloquently, but he wets his fingers, dips it into it, and puts it into his mouth. And you see it's, when he says spicy, it's quite spicy. His face turns bright red, and he starts sweating. He just a little heat, and many cultures like heat. When I was in Mexico recently, there was a little side dish, and my wife thought it was like one of those palate cleansers. It was in a fancy Mexican restaurant, so I took a bite. Next 5 minutes, I was just a mess. It wasn't a palate cleanser. It was the spiciest thing I've ever had in my life. It was. My whole life flashed before my eyes. And then my wife is the opposite. She loves spicy food. She just started eating it. It's unbelievable. So, it's obviously very spicy. Hector, he says, look, I told you it's not dangerous. It just adds a little spice.
And how much would I need to put in?
Oh, the whole thing. 200 gold pieces. I see you're hesitant. Let's make it 3.
Half now and half later, and you'll have yourself a deal.
Make a persuasion or a deception check, Hector.
Persuasion, I have no means of... Yeah, I'll roll a deception.
Yeah.
Right. Deal. And he hands you over. He has a pouch of gold, and he takes half of it out. Now, needless to say, I know you're smart, Hector. You need to read between the lines. This needs to go into his food without Ozar noticing.
Interesting how that is.
Well,
I'm going to leave now.
he gets back to chopping, preparing Bandaro's first dish.
I'm going to go talk to Ozar.
Dicey onions like this. Look, do I have to explain this to you? What are you? Chop, 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 chop. And you! Don't let that boil over, you idiot! And he's the yin to Pastor Timothy's yang. He's just going back and forth, yelling at people while Pastor Timothy tries to smooth it over. And what do you want? I'm busy! Timing is everything in coaching. What do you want? Yep.
As he's doing that, in behind him, I'm coming around and just sniffing and making sure that just everything smells right. And if there's a chef that doesn't seem like they're doing too good, I'll offer guidance.
Oh, sure, you can absolutely be guidance, yeah. Okay, so, yep, Hector, you're approaching Ozar. What do you want?
How much are you paying us? Actually, scratch that, I don't care. How much are you paying me to do this job?
100 gold pieces.
150. I've just been bribed by the other guy to sabotage you.
How would you sabotage me? I'm the best cook in the lands.
By pouring a gallon of the spiciest stuff I've ever seen into your food at the last minute.
Oh. All right. Let me see the pouch.
I'll pour some into his hand.
He gently sniffs it and says, "Oh, that would have ruined my dish." Tell you what. Hector, I see two options before us. Number one, we tell the princess what was afoot, or we poison Bandaro's dish in revenge.
You see, I get paid no matter what, though, so I don't really care. So I think it would only be fair, since they have offered to pay me 300 gold, and I already have 150 on what you're already paying me. I think another 100 gold would be very fair, and let's just say a little accident would befall his dish.
Make a persuasion check.
Can't. Oh, there we go. No, that's perception. Whoops.
Wow, indeed. Not a great roll. Tell you what, Hector. You've been honest. You've come forward. Can't pay you what you're asking. I think we need to go talk to the Queen. Here, come with me. Oh, the princess. Sorry, the princess. Do you follow Hector?
Can I try intimidating him into following me instead, as a second option?
Well, he's asking you to follow him. So
Yeah, but before he leaves, I'm going to try and intimidating him
Sure.
into doing what I want.
Sure.
Listen here, you. I've given up good money, and I'm pretty sure you would never have known what hit you. And we think, in my limited experience with the Queen, she would not be the happiest person to have her meal so rudely interrupted. There will probably be some very dire consequences for somebody who does that. Now, I've asked nicely, but you see, I am in quite a rather spot of bother with money, so I am willing to lower my price, but I will be requiring an extra 50 gold for this heroism. Is that fair enough, Mr. Ozar?
You're playing good cop, bad cop all by yourself. All right. Extra 50 gold pieces it is. I mean, it's gonna
Now, we
ruin...
can go talk to the Queen if that is what you like, but I think sabotaging the enemy chef would be in one of your better interests.
I want to be the greatest cook that Eglarion has ever seen. I'm not going to do it by cheating. See what Bandaro is worried about. He's trying to sabotage me at every step of this competition. I'm going to win fair and square, and it's only best if we talk to the princess. And
Yes, you see, the issue is that he didn't directly ask me, so the best you'll be able to do is get rid of one of his sous chefs or minions or whatever.
I'm sure Bandaro is.
He's going in.
I will follow him now.
Yeah, where's my effing food? I'm hungry. Ozar bows low and kind of clips Hector on the back of the head, expecting Hector to bow low as well. This is important for the princess.
Sorry.
Do you bow low, Hector?
I'll bow
Seeing
as low
Hector-
as the ground is.
Very good.
Seeing Hector and Ozar go in and all this kerfuffle, Pastor Timothy is like, tries to follow, but then he gets to the door, pokes his head in, and sees the princess and is like, no way.
Please, Your Majesty, the great Princess Athena, the beauty of all the realm, the most eligible bachelorette in history. We come with unpleasant tidings. To do with my food, I'm hungry. Even friggin' take a half-cooked rat at this point. I'm so hungry. Well, that's the problem, Your Majesty. Master Hector here was told me that someone from Bandaro's thing has tried to poison your food with an extremely poison. Bandaro rushes over and bows low and says, Your Majesty, what is the problem? Poisoning me? Oh no, such nonsense. This is just tricks from Ozar to try and get me disqualified for the competition. As we know, the winner of this competition will be your personal chef. I would never stoop so low. And Bandaro is laying it on thick. And this is going to be a persuasion rolls off. We rolls at 12. Oh, Hector, do you want to tell your side of the story? Tell us exactly what happened?
I think that Ozar... Sorry, I will repeat what he said about how glorious she is. Though it does leave a bit of a foul taste in my mouth while I'm saying it. Your Majesty, I think Ozar here may have simply not understood what I have said. I simply said that the actions of one of Bandaro's chefs has delayed your food. There is no greater crime than denying you the food that you so desperately want. So I'm not saying that you should punish Bandaro for the foolish acts of his minions. But there shall definitely
telling
be
me
repercussions.
what to do, you upstart little shit! Don't you dare to presume to tell me what to do. Don't suggest, don't tell, listen and obey! Is that clear?
Oh, I obey the law, no matter what. But the law also says we must do everything to please you, my queen.
That's more like
These actions are not leading up with listening. You want your food? We are simply trying to do that.
Answer the question. Did this arsehole try to poison me?
One of his sous chefs most definitely did.
That's simply not true, my princess. Not true at all. Can you make a persuasion check, Hector? And you're looking for a 12.
Oh, you can vouch that one of your men did not? Would you vouch with your life, per se? Oh, that's perception. Ignore that.
Well, you still rolled a 4, though.
Well, I didn't roll any better anyway.
Look, I don't know what's going on. I don't believe this. This is all just nonsense and delaying my food. Get back to cooking. Dara says, yes, Your Majesty, at once. And he shuffles back and Ozar bows to the queen. Let's just... A bad idea. Let's go back.
Ozar, you may be such a very wonderful cook, but you know nothing of politics.
Well,
What you've done is you've simply revealed your hand and gained nothing. There will definitely be, let's say, another attempt to make sure that he doesn't win fair and square. Can you personally vouch that one of your chefs would not, let's say, betray you? Well, what's the right price?
my men. They know what they're doing. Anyway, I gotta cook the entree. And
Ozar. We must retaliate before they do. Have you ever heard the strategy of hitting them so they never get back up? It is a rather effective one, if you know what I mean. She is in a rather bad mood, and if something were to go terribly wrong with your dish, well then let's say, I may be at the door duty, but I will be out of it as quickly as possible. The repercussions will be on you, more importantly your head, on a pike.
Ozar is frantically preparing his entree as you're talking to him. You're right. I don't do the politics very well. When you devote your life wholeheartedly to something, that's all you know. What are you suggesting, Hector?
I, on the other hand, have dabbled in politics before, and my acquaintances, Mr. Bork the Inquisitor and Waleson, I think that's their names, they're rather stealthy sometimes. I think that I could be of service in helping sure that the competition remains as fair as possible. You won't have to cheat at all.
All right.
But if some terrible accident was to befall his soup, well, I think that's just his comeuppance. What goes around comes around.
All right. Well, I'm going to concentrate on this entree. You do what you need to do. But this is served up in a few minutes. I'm going to save it to the main course.
Yes. Focus on the simple things, Ozar. That is what you're good at. Simple things.
Nothing simple about my cooking.
Yes. I'll now talking past to Timothy.
Okay, as he is almost ready to serve his appetizer, his entree.
What's going on, young master? It seems like you and Ozar have got a bit of stuff going on.
We know the Queen, as she is not always in the best of moods, but she's in a particularly foul one from the lateness of her meal. Now, the other guy over there, Mr. Banana or Burrito or whatever, has tried to bribe me into messing up his dish. So, for starters, we need to be a lot more prepared in case something similar was to happen. Because I believe the wrath of the princess would not just extend to the chefs, but probably us too. Specifically you, Pastor Timothy. I mean, Father.
I took one look in that room when you went in. I was going to follow you, but I seem to have some sort of allergic reaction to seeing that person. Don't like it.
I reckon
the same sort of allergic reaction someone might have if they had something bad in their food.
Anyway, I do reckon that our safest option would to be make sure that her anger is directed at the other guy. You know. So I reckon we do have this perfectly good spicy pouch right here. If somebody would be willing to go and, assist with this.
Well, young master, I believe I have something that may come in handy here. And I'll just surreptitiously, just down to the side of us, cast Mage Hand and create a little Mage Hand, and which will pluck the pouch from Hector's hand and float Not doing anything hectic, but like just take it and hand it back, and say, "Well, if we were to be seen doing something, but if there was some way using this little fella, we could get into someone else's food. That might be the way to go." Yeah.
Yes.
What say you, Balester? What say you, Torque? What say you, Hector? This is a dumb idea. I'm full of it.
I reckon while the spicy powder might do the trick, it is certain risk to it, as she might like it a bit too much. Knowing her, she could probably eat pig's muck and still be happy. So, let's add some interesting things to it.
Have you had a little think to yourself, or as well, Hector, as to why they singled you out as to doing this little deed, and whether they would actually, what they were planning was for you to try to expose them, and then they can seem like they're all nothing, and then when it happens to their food, they can obviously claim it was us.
How would we drag attention to the fact that there might be cheating? I am a man of politics at the base. I've had to understand how to deal with some very difficult customers before. And if we get her angry enough, reason won't need to prevail. All we need to do is direct the anger at somebody else.
Aye. Well, I'll tell you what, you take care of the food, and I'll try and do a little bit of tickly, shovey with this little fella.
Yes, I would just like to add one thing to the spicy pouch before you do so. Can I feel underneath the tails for... can I feel underneath the table for any nails?
Ooh!
Nails, like, that goes with a hammer? Like a hammer and nail?
Yep.
Sure. This was a hastily put together cooking competition, so some of the tables are haphazardly put together. And you can find a loose nail that you can kind of pry out with your fingers. Yeah, you have a nail.
I'd like to pull out a nail and say, the piece de resistance. I believe injuring royalty is terrible, terrible offense. Whether it was intentional or not. These floorboard nails falling from them constantly. I will be guarding this door.
I appreciate your energy and your enthusiasm. I do feel that there may be a shitstorm coming down upon us if anything were actually properly untoward to happen to that. What do they call her? Beautiful and fair and just ruler. I mean, look, come on. I think that's a little bit too far.
Stab a sword in her and she'd be fine. Quit worrying. A coward never wins. They only cower. Now I will be guarding the door. You guard the food. And
I'll be on my best sniffing duty, and I just want you to know, young master, that I'll be here for you no matter what.
I'd like to whisper as I'm walking away, and worst comes to worst, it can always be seen as you just trying to take revenge. Never any losers, never be on the losing side.
So Hector retakes his position as guard?
I will, but I'll be more towards our kitchen area, so I can be more careful of who comes in and out.
Timothy, Mouse, and Torque, do you follow Hector's suggestion?
So I'm not going to adulterate any of the food that we're preparing. In fact, perhaps somewhat the opposite. I would want to take all the ingredients, and I'm going to expend a spell slot to ensure that that food is both safe and healthy for our side anyway.
Our side, yeah. And
Excellent.
I say to Hector, I might not have a. I pass him a single ball bearing for him to put in the pouch too if he needs it.
I like your ideas, Bales, and I knew we'd get along swimmingly.
And Pastor Timothy will just go back to trying to give the chefs guidance and make our side win on the right terms. And why does this feel like an election we just saw now? Why did this just get political?
The entrees, the first course is about to be served. If you wish to put the spicy thing in the ball bearing in the food, now would probably be the time.
In the food of Bonito. I'm still going to go with Hector's plan because he is the young master. So just between me and you, Riley, just out of game, did you want me to mage hand the powder into the food after it came out of the kitchen in the dining room?
Something along those lines.
Yeah, I don't have an invisible mage hand because I'm not a arcane trickster. My mage hand is like gonna glow and shit, so you're gonna have to provide some sort of distraction for me to do it. I can do it at range is the only real benefit that I can offer.
Well, how about this? Using the mage hand, keep it behind my shirt. I will create a distraction, and let's just say you can work from there. I guess I'll make my way over to the enemy kitchen.
Mm-hmm. And I'll copy and paste mage hand in, just so we've got. We know what it does for real goods. I'm echoing.
Who's the echo?
Who's the echo?
It's Talk the Inquisitors.
The Inquisitors echoing.
Sorry. Thanks.
Test.
Sorry, carry on.
Yeah, so I've got a 30 feet range on it, which is going to do.
Use your hand. Feel free to move it around.
Yeah, but it has to stay within 30 feet of me. So I guess the best place for me to go will be up here, so it'll minimize the ness of that. And the mage hand is in Hector's shirt, and it's currently at 25 feet away from me. So you've only got 5 feet of ness, unless you want me to try and follow you.
Oh no, that should be fine. Bondaro. I'm so sorry for that. But
don't talk to me. The princess requires her entree. And he rushes out and pushes his way past you, holding the entree, as Oza more or less does the same. So if you want to do it, this would be your...
As he pushes past me, I guess I will slip some stuff in.
Yeah.
Mage hand can do its work.
All right.
So do you want to like a combined sleight of hand or something?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Both of you make sleight of hands checks. Sleight of mage hand, indeed.
Yep.
No.
Come on. Oh!
Damn.
What are you doing? Says
Fucking it
Bandara.
up?
Hector, I believe your name is. What are you doing?
Nothing good, sir. It's just a bit of dust from hard work and all that. You should be getting along, though. You can't keep the princess waiting. If he does turn around to leave, I'm gonna do a bit of acid splash into the food then.
Yeah.
Oh, shit!
Make me another sleight of hand check.
Come on. Natural 20. Oh dear.
Make a perception check for the queen. Oh, not the princess, but I keep calling her the queen. Might have dodged a bullet. This is what I rolled behind my DM screen. So the queen's too busy yelling at people. Bandara definitely noticed that the acid spray goes into his food. But madame, it's been I don't care what your excuses are. Bring it over. But, did I bring it over? It brings over, and this is a parboiled quail with some duck confit foam, and I'm afraid it's got a little bit tamper. As I said, I don't care about your excuses. And Ozar says these are pickled pea sprouts on a bed of arugula with my own custom dressing and a sliver of fresh trout.
And I'll drop the mage hand, but not before shaking Hector's hand and making the OK symbol.
As this is happening, I will be moving over towards a window.
Princess Athena tries it and spits it in Bandara's face. This is disgusting. I tried to warn you, your majesty. It's been tampered with by that young fellow Hector. To me. Hector, you're running? Window?
Window. Actually, no. I have nothing to fear.
Is this true? Did you try and tamper with his food?
I would never do such a thing. I am only listening, never doing.
But he did, and I just make a deception check, Hector.
Please, I need something
Something
good.
decent.
Yeah.
Success, but it is good enough. But I don't care what your excuses are. Let me try the pea shoots. And Ozar explains the dish again. She said, I prefer the pea shoots. And there are other nobles here who are supposed to be judging as well, but plainly they're just doing whatever Princess Athena does. They're just there for show. They're just following her lead. Vando, that was disgusting. Did you try to poison me or something? That is the worst dish I've ever had. Badara says, no, ma'am, trust me. I only wanted to be your chef and give you the best possible food. He tries to persuade her. He succeeds. Alright, you better do better on the next course. But says, yes, Your Majesty. Yes, Your Majesty. Yes, of course. And he scuttles back. And Oza scuttles back. And she greedily eats the pea shoots. Let's just get started on the second course. Everybody, to action! And plate starts chopping, and the second course is being prepared.
Politics. Wasn't the smoothest of operations, but I think we did rather well, Pastor Timothy. Though, there is only one way.
Put your head up.
Hmm? There's... She seems rather
something exhilarating
agitated.
about being around you fellas, and I can't help myself. I feel like I should go along.
Yes, go along for the ride, Father Timothy. Oh, but I think now is our time to strike. I am a bit suspicious as it might be, so I will go and stand in plain view.
Huh.
I trust you will be able to figure out a way around these problems. I suggest that those windows look very breachable.
I did have one thought, though. Princess Athena would be on her toes in terms of, like, being poisoned and stuff like that. So everyone knows that someone's up to something. What if it was one of the staff of the other restaurant caught red-handed with it in his chef's uniform?
Oh, yes.
Perhaps he could plant it on him, and then he'll be blamed for all the malarkey that we've started. Oh my gosh, I've really gone off the rails.
Hey, Pastor Timothy, isn't it much better to ask your God for forgiveness than permission?
Well,
That's how they
redemption,
work.
the light of the Redeemer will shine on us all.
I trust you can figure out a way to do this. Now, if you must go, I must be making myself well known.
So I'm going to go over to Torkin Baleson and kind of explain what's been going down and ask if I'm being a bad guardian.
I think that these are, well, nefarious. I mean, the world is not going to do you any favors, Pastor Timothy, and
Nefarious. Oh fuck! I wasn't even thinking nefarious. I was thinking like playful and allowing my young ward a little bit of fun time. But nefarious.
Well,
Now
no,
you're
no,
talking.
maybe nefarious is a little bit underhanded, but I think that Bandaro has got it coming to him if the stories that Hector was saying were true. So, therefore, he's made a rod for his own back.
What is the lesson here, though? What is the lesson we can teach our young Hector?
That cheats never prosper, and that the truth and the quality of the food, or in this case, the proof of the pudding.
I can tell by your growl.
We're up to the main course, aren't we? Not pudding yet.
I think the proof will be in the pudding.
I can tell by your growl you do not approve talk, and normally I wouldn't, but it's so exhilarating. I'm in the city, doing crazy stuff.
Well, if we are, then perhaps we should do as we said we were going to do and assist Chef Ozar to make sure that the meal is the best possible meal that he can deliver. I have made it my business to make sure the ingredients are true and pure to avoid any further tampering from our opponents. So let us help Ozar deliver the best meal to a demanding client.
Truth is a very, very fine substance thing. So yes, I'll help you.
All right. So you start doing what Ozara the Exquisite says as sous chefs. I know people are throwing around guidance and purified food. That will definitely help out in this next course. Hector, you still have the bag of spice on you. What do you do with it, if anything?
I'll leave that with Pastor Timothy.
Oh.
He may not be the sharpest tool in the shed, but sometimes blunt force is required.
I appreciate that, young master, that you'd be so kind as to find a use for me.
What do you do with the spice, Pastor Timothy?
I'm going to hold on to it until a opportune moment to surreptitiously put it into one of the opposition's pockets, that we may discover it next time.
Okay. So, can I have Baleson, Torque, and Pastor Timothy all make performance checks?
13.
No, not bad. And who?
Oh, am I adding my D4 to that as well?
Sure.
For the guidance?
Yep. Pastor Timothy as well.
Mutually guiding each other.
Sure. Ooh. 18, 13, and... Okay. So you help Ozar as best you can. And Ozar comes to present his meal, as does Bandaro. And I guess it's tradition for the sous chefs to also be there. So the sous chefs come out as well. And Ozar says, this is a wreck of lamb, brined first with the purified waters of the River Ninok, with the salmon eggs on the side, and a touch of foam. Badaro says, this is freshly caught tuna, pickled in a vinegar braise. Is what's it called? It's like raw fish. What's it called? Ceviche. Ceviche,
yeah.
Ceviche.
Or sashimi.
Yep. Enjoy. And she starts munching. Everybody's quiet, waiting for her determination. I'm going to say with those rolls, you're going to make the better dish on a 1 to a 14. So this D20 is 15 or higher. Bandaro makes the better dish.
Uh-huh.
I like this one. This one. Yeah. All right. Bring me some dessert. I'm so hungry. She greedily. She's got knife and a fork there, but she's not using them. She's just picking up the fish in her hands and kind of eating it. And of course, the nobles who are also judging just agree and kowtow to whatever Princess Athena says. As the sous chefs quietly go back, Master Timothy.
Well, before they quietly go back, I'd like to raise a hand to the great fine things that are happening in this kitchen. The heroics. The
Hey, I know you.
I know you. Magic.
You're the one
Oh, no.
who you refuse to do what I say.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm currently under orders to make sure everything goes very splendidly this night and this week because I'm very. I cannot apologize a million times, and I'll back away from her. And in backing away, I'll knock into the sous chef that's behind me and try to surreptitiously put the spice into his pocket without him noticing.
First of all, make me this persuasion or deception on the queen. I think persuasion, actually. I didn't think you were telling anything that was untrue, so persuasion.
Oh, it was so close to that.
To that persuasion check in a second, but now make me a sleight of hand to drop it into the chef's pocket.
Yeah.
The princess says, Master Timothy, come here. And as the realization that you got her attention causes you to drop the spice on the ground and it scatters everywhere. Your guys' rolls tonight have been terrible. There's no two ways about it. Here, come have a seat at the table. I want to play a little game with you, Pastor Timothy.
Right. Well, here then, or here.
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 Put your hand on the table. Hold it out like this, and she spreads all her fingers. Just like this.
I'll put my hand on the table, and yeah, I'll look her straight in the eye and say, "I think I know this game. It's not a great game."
Alien's bishop. Yes, I've always wanted to try.
I'll reach over and I'll say, Princess, may you have guidance in this, and I'll give her guidance on this. What I think.
Don't fucking touch me without permission. Guidance is a touch spell.
Okay. It's a touch spell. So did I touch her or did I not touch her, and does she get to not be guided?
To what? Let's roll for initiative. See who hacks first. She's got a straight roll. She rolls a 16 for initiative. So make an initiative roll and beat a 16.
Okay.
Now hold still. And she gets out a knife and goes dig, 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 dig. Much like Bishop and Alien. Let me check on her dexterity. +1. If she rolls 5 or lower with a +1, you're going to lose a finger. If she rolls 10 or below, you're just going to get cut up a little bit, but it won't be very serious. So what you don't want, since
for each hit.
Yeah, sure, you'll get hit in the hand, but you won't lose any fingers. So she's got a +1 dexterity. Just going to roll this. If this is a 1, 2, or 3, you're going to lose a finger. You lose a finger.
Okay. Rolling a d6, and 1 or 2, it's the thumb. 4, it's the ring finger.
Yeah, she's.
It's the middle finger.
What?
Is it the ring
Oh
finger?
yeah.
Well, you can choose
Yeah.
trust
It's
him.
the middle finger.
That's the middle finger. Sorry about that. And she tosses it away into this pot plant over here. All right, next course. His blood is just gushing out of your finger all over the table.
Right. Yeah, I'm running out of the room and trying to find a first aid kit.
Don't forget your finger.
Yeah, don't forget my finger. Put them on ice if I can.
There's plenty of ice around. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those
Yeah, and it's not getting in the way of the rest of what's happening right now. I'll try and figure out how to reattach the finger at some point if I can. But for now, that's what I'm doing.
All right. So, bleeding profusely, leave a trail of blood behind you. Okay. And Ozar says, "Oh, okay. Let's proceed with the final course. Now tell me, my mighty and beautiful princess, if my dish is solely much superior than Ozar's, then surely I will win, even though my 2 courses weren't quite as good as yours in your humble opinion." I don't know if you've ever watched a show called Chopped, sorry, but they have cooking competitions, and sometimes it's the best overall meal. So Bandaro can knock it out of the park. Maybe he has a chance of winning. All right, so Pastor Timothy, you're bleeding profusely.
Yeah.
And that's going to be what you do. There's no more nasty spice to doing. Baelson and Torque, you're just cooking.
Yes.
Okay, and Hector, your schemes have come undone by terrible rolls.
I want to do something, do it right yourself. Ah, well.
Okay, so Baelson and Torque, make me a performance roll. The guidance onto that if you like.
Would I be able to do, like, for knife skills, like, I'm just trying to make a plump for doing something like sleight of hand for my knife skills, for the deft touch of knifing?
Oh, sure.
Oh, thank you.
So 17.
A 15, and did you say I could have guidance on top of that?
You were mutually guiding each other.
A 17 and a 16.
18. Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to say the only way Bandaro can win this competition, he has to beat you guys spectacularly, and the only way he's going to do that is on a natural 20.
Oh, no. Oh, no, please no.
I will see. Ozar presents his dish, and it's a caramelized popcorn over a twice baked. That looks quite nice. Bandaro does a type of ice cream, type of sorbet with fresh fruit. And Princess Athena, of course, gobbles them both down greedily. And all right, let's see if we get a natural 20. No.
Okay. Phew.
Right. All right. It's delicious. But I declare Ozar the winner. Now, Ozar, come with me. You're my personal chef. Let's go. Ozar's, yes, Your Majesty, of course, it'll be an honor. And she leaves with her guards. And
Did he
Ozar,
pay us?
oh yeah, he'll pay you before you go, so feel free to take that gold. And all the people looking around, they see the bloody trail that Pastor Timothy left. She sees the psychosis of the Queen. And is this really something you want to win? Don't imagine she's the best employee. But regardless, Ozar is now her personal chef. You don't get 50 gold pieces each. You get 100 gold pieces each. And
Oh my gosh.
here's per person. And Hector, how much did you get? 200, Hector? Is that right? Or 150?
150.
150.
Huh? I
Oh,
thought I
did you
got
get that?
an extra 50 from him.
Oh, okay, that's right.
So it's 150 plus the 150 that you got out of.
No, I only got 50 out of him, so 200.
No,
Yeah, 200.
because you got paid 150 up front by the other guy for your sabotage that you didn't
Exactly.
follow through on. Plus,
Yeah,
then you get paid.
And how much did I get paid from the other guy?
So then you got
Yeah, okay, so 300.
300
You
plus
got
the.
you got 250 all told.
No, he's got 300 all told because he got 100 for doing the job, plus he got the extra 50, and then he got the 150 for the thing, and we all got 100 for the job each.
So is that going into communal coffers, or is that individually? He's got the 300 and
I've
his
got
father has
mine
100.
inventory because I've figured out how to do that now, so I can do that.
Okay.
Yeah, well, my intention is, so I'll
You're
happily,
keeping your own money, so okay,
yeah,
fine.
just because that's what my character would do. As much as I'd love to leave it in your hands, Pat, as I've done in 2 full campaigns, I think it's best if my character keeps hold of his kitty. But seeing the amount that we have, we're awfully close. How much did you need? Did you say you need?
It was 500.
My fucking finger!
Yes. No, well, look, I'm actually astounded after all that has occurred that we've seemed to have come out with a win. That made an awful mess everywhere. Do we need to take you to the Temple of the Light, perhaps?
Well, I can attempt to at least spend the other 5 points of laying hands on that. I don't know if this would cure or at least stabilize. Maybe a more talented healer might be able to do something. But I'll use the other 5 points of my lay on hands pool to see if that can give him some use of his finger again.
Maybe.
Well, I just was wondering whether Malcolm wanted to make this a permanent injury.
Well, it depends on what the healer is about to roll, because the lay on hands definitely heals it, but does it reattach it? DC 20 medicine check.
And I was also thinking that Hector, can we go back to that cave? You reckon I could get a little tentacle?
Bailson, perhaps you could provide me some guidance in this attempt.
Yeah, no, well, with my -1 on medicine and
but I just wanted to provide it some guidance.
I'm a rogue barbarian.
Who's the one that had the other guidance then?
Me.
Oh, and you can't guide yourself? Okay.
Well,
you can guide yourself.
But I can guide you.
Yeah, just tell me where it hurts. Here we go. Behold, a miracle! You can roll your guidance just to make sure it still works.
Yeah, that's the most beautiful finger in all the land.
Well, I think... Well, I have a feeling you'll want to reuse this finger at some point in the future. So I believe that is the truth of it.
Well, yeah, I was worriing for the somatic components of my spells. I thought that was going to be which would be really fun. Having like a 1d6 chance of failure if I didn't wiggle the stop right.
But were you a user of bows? Because that might also prove problematic to draw your bow.
Do you flip a lot of birds? Because that would have been problematic.
Well, that was the thing when that's the figure I would have used at the princess at that moment, but I couldn't.
That's what saved the whole day then.
Well, crap rolls the whole night, but torque, wow, that was amazing.
I can't believe that we have actually, that all happened and we came away with, like, between us 500 gold. Whereas, like, it seemed all, like, so, like, shooting fish in the barrel, getting that over the break, and yet we found a way to stuff that up.
Yeah.
You know, this
well,
night
it's
has
just
been
goes to
mental.
show that if you're willing to work really hard in a retail or hospitality situation, then you can make some money. But if you want to go out and slay manticores, then
Yeah, I think that this is just going to be a very domestic campaign of us just slowly working our way through menial tasks.
I love it. Yes.
All right, so miraculously, I don't think I'm using that word incorrectly. Pastor Timothy's finger gets reattached. It's going to be a little stiff for a few days, but all things considered, pretty good. Okay. Just check my notes, which I've lost.
So, to my mind, things that we have yet to do is in a few days' time there are the King's Games, but we had also had an offer to help with the renovation and repair of the Gorso home for their return.
Well, renovation might be putting a little bit too. Like I'm doing a reno in Bega right now. I don't want to do a reno in D&D.
Well, it's house cleaning technically is what you're asked to do, is clean up the house. So not quite a reno, but...
Thank goodness, because I don't clean my house at all. Clean a house, that sounds much more fun.
Play D&D, they said. Slay monsters, they said. Slay dragons. Okay, next mission, house cleaning.
To be honest, in that battle against the monsters, all I did was clean some cobwebs, really.
I will emphasize again, this campaign does get very dark. It does not all house cleaning, but we'll get there.
I'm enjoying how much flavor there is in each encounter, though. Like every
absolutely.
Less, yeah,
absolutely. Yeah. No, I'm enjoying it a lot. And can't wait until it's like a New Zealand bungalow where we encounter the black mold, a level 15 black mold.
Yeah.
So, it's late evening now as Ozar is taken across to the palace to presumably start cooking for the princess. Do you wish to retire for the night? Lucky Leap Tavern has been popular for you guys, but feel free to go wherever you like. Do whatever you like. This is D&D.
Yeah.
Well,
go.
Hector, if you think it might be an idea that we could, if we're going to clean the Gorso mansion, maybe we should spend the night there and wake up there and just get it going, get it going. If it's not too triggering for you. Not that
house, Pastor Timothy. Unlike you, I am not a sentimental man.
You're just a mental man. I've seen that. Alright, so what say is? Should we spend the last little bit of the evening getting ourselves in and getting ourselves acquainted, and then make a good start on the manor in the morning.
I am not against that idea.
We are basically right next door.
Do we need to see Mr. Redcloak in order to let us in?
Well, put it this way. You see it's all locked up and you don't have a key. So presumably the Red Cloak would have the key. So.
Well, then I should imagine the Lucky Leap Tavern, Rizzio Tano said that we could return there for that. Would probably be also just around the corner from here, just outside the high part of the city.
The old wall.
It's 44, is it?
Yeah.
So just on the other side of the other wall. So that would be close by.
Yeah, I mean, we can stay there as well.
And we'd be passing through the gate, so we might see old Nathal Wester as we go through the gate as well.
I thought Master Wester was in the Halls of Justice, which is, I think, 62? I think he was down...
Well, I mean, he's a red cloak, so he might be around the
60.
You know, what I'm saying.
It might be, but I shouldn't imagine late at night. But if he was, I would imagine he'd be in the Halls of the Lawgivers, location 60, far to our south. So I think perhaps just retiring to the tavern, see what news we hear of goings on in the city. Especially, perhaps we can get some indication about what happens in the upcoming King's Games.
I know my reasons for not wanting to run into that lawful fellow myself, but what about you, Torque? You seem awfully not keen to run into him.
No, I have great respect for the Red Cloaks and their pursuit of the truth. But I thought, given your dealings with him, and given our encounter with him at the Temple of Life, it would perhaps be best not to antagonize the powers that be. You still have some days left for you to make sure that you can pay your fine.
Fine, or just possibly just leave the city, because fuck them. But thank you for looking out for me there, Torque. You're a good fella. Did I tell you about one of my best friends, who was a tiefling also? And then I realised that I'm not supposed to be talking about where I'm actually from. And there are many layers to that, so I'm going to shut up.
So are we going to the inn, or are we going to... Oh, sorry, where are we staying tonight?
So the 40 or 44, the...
Lucky Leap Tavern.
Go back to it. Lucky Leap Tavern.
Yep. Cool.
And do we do the leap every time we go there?
Oh, once a day. Once a day.
Okay, so today is once a day.
Yes. The weird thing is you don't actually roll for this. Because it's based on your jump distance. Where is it?
But it's the acrobatic. It's the landing, isn't it? Is that what we rolled last time?
Landing.
Acrobatics
to see
for landing.
How cool you land.
Super cool.
Okay. Well, let's go through it. If Balson takes a jump, what's your strength score?
My strength, it's a 17 plus 3.
17. So you jump in spectacularly. You get a free mug of ale. People cheer. Torque, if you jump, what's your strength score?
Hmm. 13 plus 1.
13, you get a small glass of beer. Pastor Timothy, you're going to indulge in this debauchery. I don't know, maybe not quite the right word, but do you take a jump, Pastor Timothy?
Seeing the other fellas, and I didn't do it last time, but seeing the other fellas, I think I'll take the leap, and I'll trust them, and they won't laugh when I fall flat on my face. 8 minus 1.
Yeah, you don't even qualify for a small glass of beer. Just a pathetic little jump into the room. And finally, Hector.
I will not jump.
Okay. So Ricio Tane congratulates you on your jump. The crowd gives you a big cheer. Ricio Tane is more than happy to hand out the appropriate drinks. Food is taken. If you wish to go up for a long rest, feel free to. There's enough rooms for each of you to take a separate room. You don't need to bunk up, but you can bunk up if you like. So let me know what
I'll
the
go
sleeping...
separate.
Separate? Okay.
Yep. How much is the room?
A silver piece.
Cool.
So everybody's bunking by themselves?
Young monster,
Yes.
so would you care to share a room with me, son?
Yes, you can sleep on the floor if you want, but I shall not be sharing a bed with you.
I wouldn't even suggest such a thing.
And it is okay.
So we'll share a room, and I've paid for everyone.
Yeah, cool.
Okay.
1, 2. Now I'm just going to roll something.
Random encounters.
Well, just before you're about to head up, a courier who you've seen coming in and out. Well, a courier is coming in and out of Lucky Leap Tavern and around the city. Sort of wear a particular style of dress, much like a UPS delivery driver, I imagine. And one of these persons come in, and he approaches Hector. He says, I believe I have this package for you. I was told to give it to a man or a tiefling who can be found here. And he goes through and describes you in quite a bit of detail. And he says, I believe this package is for you. It doesn't have your name on it, but you most definitely match the description. So here you go.
Would it be appropriate to flip him a copper or a silver piece for his time?
Tips are appreciated, of course, sir.
Well, then I'll flip him a silver piece for that.
Thank you, good sir, and best of good day. And he leaves, presumably going on to another delivery. And it's just a box.
Right, well, I'd just like to make an investigation on the outside for any sort of markings or seeing if there's anything that actually identifies me beyond description.
It does not... well, you can do it with even out an investigation check. There's a written description of you, and it describes you quite well. It definitely identifies you. Not many people would match this much of a detailed description. But you see no Torque. The name Torque does not appear on the package.
All right, well, I suppose I will wait, take it up to the privacy of my room and open it to see what's contained within.
Okay, so Torque, you've got your own room. Pastor Timothy and Hector, have their own room. And Bowson, you're just sleeping by yourself?
Yeah, I'll sleep by myself. Take the opportunity to stretch out.
Okay,
Oh.
just a second. Lost my place in the book. 1 second. Okay, so you open up the box, see what's inside.
Yep.
Inside the package is a copper urn with this written on the side. It's not the severed head of Clement Paltrow. There's an urn with Warman Sidehell written on the side.
Does that name mean anything to me? I mean, I know I've been out of things for a while. Okay. Here's my notes. Here's my notes. Notes. All right. Package. So it's otherwise empty urn, or is it full of ashes or anything?
It's full of ashes.
So I know not of this person, and I have received an urn full of ashes, possibly the remains of someone. Well, I suspect that I shall have to find out who this person was, and perhaps what should happen with their remains. Would be the best way of appropriately treating these remains. So I'm going to treat them with utmost respect, and very carefully put it into my package, into my backpack. I'm going to share the name with my fellow travellers in the tavern to see if any of them have heard of such a name.
Everybody's kind of settling down and going to bed, but you do a quick round. Resurtain shrugs, and if anybody knows anybody, it's Resurtain. Does it mean anything to me? Maybe check out the records in the halls of the Lawgiver would probably have some. I'd suggest you go in there, Governor.
The urn itself, does it look like it's got innate value as well? Like, is it quite an expensive one?
Oh, yes.
By the looks of it?
It is. 10 gold pieces you could probably get for it.
Oh, I wasn't intending to sell it on, but just wanted to get an appreciation for the scope of it, since
and
I imagine
10
that
gold pieces on an urn is a small fortune to some people. So I guess you, if it's Warman Sidell in there, then he's from money.
So my last suggestion then, I'll mention it to Pastor Timothy about that, is when we next go to the halls of the Lawgiver, perhaps to pay off or put a down payment on your fines, we'll see if we can learn anything about this name. So it is a mystery to me. Perhaps you will help me solve this mystery.
Oh. I'm sure the mystery, if the Redeemer, his light shines down on us, everything will be revealed. Torque, and I do have to say, today, you're a fucking champion, mate.
All right.
I do myself an honour next to you. I'll sleep in the room, you know, and wake the day with you. Is what I'm saying. I hope we can continue this happy, yet fucking quite weird association.
Well, as long as we get to the truth of matters, then that is what fulfills me.
Aye.
So I would imagine, Malcolm, that this is a fairly opportune moment for us to
have a long rest.
Have our long rest and end up the session. But I'd imagine that our next steps are to
not
either
quite.
do...
Not
quite?
Oh,
Okay. No.
I can't end the session without a cliffhanger. So you
There
all...
we go.
So not the mystery
before-
stuff.
Before you do a cliffhanger, Malcolm, I would like to have a conversation with young Hector as we settle down to bed.
Sure, no problem.
Now, Hector, what did you learn today?
I learned that I lost the hands that I do most of my sleight of hand with. It does appear that I'm not as good at politics as I once was.
Well, those are two very valuable lessons to take into the moral.
What did you learn, Pastor Timothy?
Oh, I learned that given the right shake of the dice, anything's possible.
Quite pleased. For a little bit there, we were both on the very same page of the book.
Right. And as you say, Buck, I'll invite you to read with me from the Book of the Redeemer. We'll just do 10 passages tonight. And I'll get down on my knees and start to read from the Book of the Redeemer and look to Hector to join me. Verily, it was given to us that we would find redemption through the light and the giving, and the dark stars that shone brightly but darkly in the skies were banished from us and from within us, and on and on and on and on.
Do you in fact cast Divine Sense, Torque?
I am going to cast Divine Sense on this set of remains or ashes to see if there's something foul about them.
No.
Nope. Okay. Well, that makes me happy. Time for Betty Bobo's then with creepy dead remains in an urn. What could possibly go wrong? So, cliffhanger, you were saying?
During the night, Torque, in fact, right at the stroke of midnight, not that you're aware that it is in fact midnight, you awake to see a young girl, well, not so young, maybe 16, 17, with a noose around her neck and her neck at a very, unnatural angle. And you look at her and she's kind of shimmering around the sides. And for reasons, which I am not going to explain to you, the Divine Sense did not work. But this is plainly, it's plainly not natural. And with her head in a noose and her neck crooked at an unnatural angle, she looks at you and she says, "It wasn't me. It wasn't my fault. I didn't do it. It wasn't me. It's not my fault." And that's where we'll end it right here.
Oh.
Why was the DM so particular about room arrangements? For this reason right now. So Hector is all by himself. So,
Talk.
Sorry, talk.
Yep.
All by himself.
Cool.
That's what we'll pick up next week, gentlemen. It's not
Okay.
my fault. Okay,
That
take care.
was a fun session. That was a weird, crazy, fun session. Cool. Thank
Excellent.
you.
Okay.
Cheers. Thanks, Malcolm.